Welcome to an emotional and historical journey. Tonight, we uncover the true story of the RMS Titanic, a legend built on ambition and a tragedy forged in ice. Imagine the vast, cold expanse of the North Atlantic, a scene of perfect, deceptive tranquility. But beneath the surface, a silent warning drifts, a destiny of ice. It is a cold, dark night in April 1912. The sea is unnaturally calm, the sky is clear, and the stars are diamond bright. A perfect night for a disaster. Suddenly, a slight, almost imperceptible shudder runs through the 882-foot hull of the ship. Not a crash, but a long, grinding tear below the waterline. The Unsinkable had met its match. This single moment shattered more than just steel. It destroyed the myth of invincibility. This is the central tragedy of the Titanic, an unparalleled creation brought down by an unexpected force. To understand the tragedy, we must first appreciate the triumph of engineering that preceded it. Let's go back to where the giant was born. In the shipyards of Belfast, the White Star Line envisioned 3 ships that would dominate the transatlantic route. The Titanic was the second, and the most ambitious of them all. She was not just a ship, she was the largest moving object ever built by human hands. Her sheer size and groundbreaking compartmental design gave the illusion that sinking was simply impossible. The construction was complete. Now the world prepared to witness the ship's first and last journey across the ocean. On board, the Titanic was a floating palace. From the grand staircase to the lavish dining saloons, she represented the pinnacle of Edwardian society, carrying a microcosm of the world. On April 10, 1912, the RMS Titanic cast off from Southampton. With thousands of well-wishers cheering, she began her maiden voyage toward New York, promising a new era of travel. But as the ship sailed further west, the North Atlantic was already signaling danger. The fate of the Titanic was sealed long before the collision. Over the radio waves, the Marconi operators received repeated warnings of large fields of ice. These messages were vital, yet many were dismissed or simply filed away. Despite the known danger, the Titanic maintained her speed. This decision, driven by a desire to arrive in New York early, would prove catastrophic. They were rushing headlong into the trap. At 11:40 p.m. April 14th, the unsinkable dream met the immovable reality. The lookout spotted the iceberg too late. The ship turned, but the side brushed the submerged mass of ice, causing 6 separate gashes, a fatal wound. The ship's designer, Thomas Andrews, was called to inspect the damage. His calculations were swift and grim. 5 of the 16 watertight compartments were breached. The Titanic could only survive 4. The ship was doomed. As the lifeboats were prepared, a dreadful reality dawned. There were only enough boats for roughly half of the people on board. The initial panic was contained by the Women and Children First protocol. Yet, the lifeboats were launched half empty in the confusion, a tragic waste of precious capacity. On the sloping decks, acts of extraordinary courage played out alongside utter confusion. Husbands said goodbye to wives, parents secured their children's places, knowing they might not follow. The last hour of the Titanic was a terrifying struggle against physics, gravity, and the freezing cold. As the forward compartments flooded, the ship began to tilt dramatically. The noise was unimaginable. The tearing of steel, the rushing of water, and the final moments of the grand ship.